Good morning, all. So, in the last session, we started off with the module 2 discussion, and it is a introduction to the MOS amplifiers. So, we have seen the basic structure, and then we have seen the four types of unilateral amplifiers and its characteristics. And then we have taken the non-unilateral amplifiers. Okay, so different parameters of amplifiers like input resistance with no load, input resistance with load. Okay, Rin and IRI we have called. Similarly, output resistance with load, without load, with signal and without signal it is. So it is called as R out and RO. Okay, so similarly, open circuit voltage gain, open short circuit current gain and current gain, overall voltage gain. Okay, so all these parameters we have discussed, and some of the equivalent circuits also we have seen. Okay, so some of the remarks are there about these. Okay, so just to tell, so just we have given the equations yesterday, so just tell you about that. Okay, so what is that point about, and we'll see one problem. Okay, so how to use that relationship. Lastly we have seen relationship. Okay, just to show you, so these are the relationships, 6 different relationships we have seen, how to use that in the equation to solve the any problem. So a general problem we will solve later, we'll consider the MOSFET amplifier. Okay, non-unilateral amplifiers have internal feedback. So that is the structure. So it is having a internal feedback mechanism. Okay, it may cause their input resistance to depend on the load resistance. Because of the input internal feedback, input resistance depends on the load resistance, that is RL. Okay, similarly, internal feedback may cause the output resistance to depend on the value of the resistance of the signal source, that is R signal we have taken now. So that is for output resistance. That's why it is not same as unilateral amplifiers. Unilateral amplifiers, we don't have a load aspect and signal aspect. Okay, since it is a non-unilateral amplifiers, because of internal feedback, so we need to consider the signal source resistance as well as the output resistance. Okay, so feeding the amplifier. So to accommodate non-unilateral amplifiers, a general set of parameters and equivalent circuits, that's what we have seen yesterday. General set of parameters and equivalent circuits that we will employ in characterizing and comparing transistor amplifiers. Okay, so we'll be discussing many amplifiers, common source amplifier with some modifications. Okay, so there are plenty of configurations, hundreds of thousands of configuration you can do. Okay, many of them have worked, and this is my best efficiency. Okay, even you have seen in market, right, there are number of smartphones are available. How you differentiate them, right? So some want to improve the camera. Okay, their battery is less capacity, battery is more capacity means something, right? So something they have made a trade-off between the parameters. Okay, the same thing happens to the various configurations of the transistor amplifiers. Okay, it may be using VJT, FET or MOSFET, op-amp maybe. Okay, so in general, so it requires some parameters and equivalent circuits. Okay, so that is we have shown. So there are a number of remarks are in order. Okay, so some 5 to 6 remarks are there. So just we'll go through it. Okay, to summarize these parameters. The first remark is the amplifier is shown here is fed with a signal source having an open circuit voltage V signal and an internal resistance R signal, right? So that's what we have shown in yesterday's diagram. Okay, so just to show you, so this is the picture. So this is an amplifier block. It is connected with V signal and R signal. Similarly, a load resistance RL is connected. It is a general non-unilateral amplifier. Okay. These can be parameters of an actual signal source or the Thevenin equivalent of the output circuit of another amplifier stage. That means there are a number of amplifiers we may be using. Cascade, I told you, there is not only one MOSFET will not be there. There are hundreds of MOSFET will be there, and they should be connected in different configurations, series, parallel, Darlington. Okay, so like that many configurations are there. So that's why these parameters of this may be parameters of an actual signal source, that is the beginning one, or it may be Thevenin equivalent of the output circuit of another amplifier stage. Output of one stage will be given as input to the another stage. So what is meant by cascade here? Okay, so if you have a block, okay, so in the block diagram in CS also you have seen, right? So output of this block will be given as input to the another block. So same way here in MOSFET amplifiers, So this is the portion now. So this may be the starting position. So this V signal and R signal may come over here, or it may come over here in between. Okay, so that is the meaning. Output circuit of another amplifier stage. So output circuit of another amplifier means here in this case this stage. Okay, preceding the one under study in a cascade amplifier. Okay, so this is called as an example for cascade amplifier case. Similarly, we have connected a load resistance, right? RL can be an actual load resistance or the input resistance of a succeeding amplifier stage. So in the MOSFET input resistance, what we will take normally RG, right? Gate resistance. So the same thing here, if I want to consider that a resistance, right? So then this RG, it may, or I call it as RL, or it's just a resistance. This may act as a load to this amplifier, or it may act as a input resistance to next amplifier, right? So that's what the meaning. So these abbreviations that will differentiate RL, RI. Okay, if it does not give subscript, just if you write R, so it's like a both way it can work like that. Okay, so that's what the first comment is about. Okay, you should not think that it should be in the beginning and end itself. No. Okay, it will be present in the in between of the amplifier stage. Second remark, the parameters which we discussed, right? So there are some number of parameters we have done. In that, some parameters depends on load resistance, some are not depend on. Okay, the parameters which are abbreviated as RI, RO, AVO, open circuit voltage gain, short circuit current gain, AIS, and the transconductance, okay, GM. These pertain to the amplifier proper. Amplifier proper means it is written here, that is, they do not depend on the values of the input R signal as well as the output load resistance. So that means its value is 0. Okay, R signal is 0, RL is infinity. Okay, in that condition, these parameters are calculated. Whereas its same parameters with R in, okay, R out, AV, AI, GVO, and the GV. So they may depend on one or both of R signals. So either they depend on R signal or they depend on RL. Okay. So normally R out is depending on R signal, R in is depend on RL, like that. Okay. So like that. So that is the point. Okay. Also observe the relationships of related pairs of these parameters. Okay. For instance, so this RI. So this RI to this RN, there is a relation. How? This equal to this when you made RL value is very high. That is infinity. Okay. RL is not connected. And similarly, RO is equal to R out when there is R signal value you have made 0. Okay. So like that. So there is a relationship. Okay. So this is about the remark. Okay. So second remark in that set of parameters what we have learned. So yesterday just we have seen the equation relation and we have not explained about that. Okay. So that I'm continuing here. Okay. Third one. So it is similar to say point 2. As mentioned above, for non-unilateral amplifiers, Rin may depend on RL. Okay, so the Rin value may depend on RL and R out may depend on R signal. I explained you that. So the same thing repeated here. And no such dependencies exist for unilateral amplifiers. Very first we have discussed unilateral, right? Voltage, current, transfer resistance, transconductance amplifier. There this point won't come at all. So there it is, both are equal because there is no concept of RL or R signal there. That's why there both you can use the notation. R out also you can use, R not also you can use in the place. But in non-unilateral, you have to specifically, there is a difference between the two. Okay. So next point, the loading. Loading means RL. The loading of the amplifier on the signal source is determined by the input resistance Rin. Okay. And the value of Rin determines the current II that the amplifier draws from the signal source. Okay. So it is related and it is given as a relation. And it also determines the proportion of the signal V signal that appears at the input of the amplifier proper. There is a relation between Vi and V signal. So it is given by a voltage divider rule. Okay. So that relationship it is there and we see in the problem. Okay. How to use that. So the next point, almost the last point, I guess, it is about equivalent circuits. Okay, we have used the different equivalent circuits there. Mainly A and C will be referring. When evaluating the gain AV, that is the AV means voltage gain from the open circuit AV naught. So this is difference, right? AV naught is open circuit voltage gain and this AV is just voltage gain. So in that case, when evaluating that, R naught is the output resistance to use. Why? Because R naught is not dependent on R signal. This is because AV is based on feeding the amplifier with an ideal voltage signal VI. So this should be evident from equivalent circuit A. So if you have the equivalent circuit A, if you have written down the notes, so it is visible to you. Okay. Similarly, on the other hand, if you are evaluating the overall voltage gain, okay, there is a difference between AV calculation and GV. AV is just voltage gain of some particular block. GV means a complete, if a cascade of amplifiers, that there are 5 to 6 amplifiers are connected in cascade, then you are calculating the overall voltage gain, right? So from its open circuit value GV naught, the output resistance to use is R out. Okay, in that case you have to use R out. In this case you have to use RO. Okay, so that is the difference. Okay, this is because GV is based on feeding the amplifier with V signal. Okay, so which has an internal resistance R signal. So this should be evident from equivalent circuit C. Okay, so circuit A and circuit C. So about that, this is the thing. So next set we have the relationship. So to use the relationship, we take one simple example problem. Okay, so and we calculate the things. Okay, so this is the problem. So just you can read out or observe. Okay, so how we solve that and note down what are the points given over here. Okay, I will read out. A transistor amplifier is fed with a signal source having an open circuit voltage V signal of 10 millivolt. Okay, transistor amplifier is fed with a signal source and its open circuit voltage V signal value is 10 millivolt and an internal resistance R signal of 100 kilo ohm. Okay, so you can refer the same diagram also. The voltage Vi at the amplifier input and the output voltage V naught are measured both without and with a load resistance RL equal to 10 kilo ohm connected to the amplifier output. Okay, and their measured values are given in the table. Okay, so without RL, Vi value is 9 millivolt. Okay, and without RL, the V naught is 90 millivolt. Okay, and with RL connected, okay, so it is Vi is 8 millivolt and V naught is equal to 70 millivolt. So you have to find all the amplifier parameters. So this question they can ask you in a different manner. They can ask you just amplifier parameters. They can give you which parameters to calculate in that only. So what are the parameters will come? All that I have discussed. Okay, open circuit voltage gain, short circuit current gain, input resistance with no load, input resistance with load, R in Ri, output resistance with no load, output resistance with load, R naught and R out. Okay, so like that, all these parameters we have to measure now. Okay, so for that, the given values is V signal, R signal, RL is given, and the Vi V naught values are given for without RL and with RL. Okay, so here lots of brainstorming should done. So you should thorough with the equations. Okay, so you have to know the equation in mind and which are parameters are given, which one I should start. Okay, so like that we have to proceed here. Okay, so since here V naught and Vi value for without RL and with RL given, you can easily calculate the open circuit voltage gain, I guess. Okay, so that is the output by input voltage now. So that we can do over from there. If there is any relationship, right, we can use and we can calculate the other parameters. Okay, so we'll see how to calculate. So firstly, we use the data obtained for RL equal to infinity. RL equal to infinity means RL is not connected. Okay, so you have to refer the table. So without RL connected, so AV naught. What is meant by this? So I have written for your reference. It is not there in book. I have written open circuit voltage gain. It is called as open circuit voltage gain, denoted as AVO. Okay, so it is given as, yesterday we have written set of relationship. From there only it is written V naught by Vi when RL is equal to infinity. Means what? RL is not connected. So now refer the table when RL is not connected. Okay, so what is the value? Just I will show you once. Again I won't show you. To keep in mind. Okay, this is without RL means RL equal to infinity. V naught is 90 millivolt. Vi is 9 millivolt. So since it is everything given in millivolt, I am not writing that every time 10 to the power minus 3. Just 90 by 9 I will write. Okay, and when I am discussing with RL connected, I will use 70 and 8 value. So wherever I have to use V signal, it is 10 millivolt. Okay, so see here V signal 10 millivolt, 8, 9, 10, then R signal is 100 kilo ohm and RL is 10 kilo ohm. Okay. So some values you remember, so that I will use that. Okay. So it is 90 by 9 now, it is equal to 10. Okay. So milli cancel out. So 10 volt per volt will come. So there is the open circuit voltage gain. So easily straight away we can calculate. So this is the one of the parameter. Second one, same way, GV naught you can calculate. Open circuit overall voltage gain, right? So it is given as V naught by V signal. In the place of VI, you have to substitute now V signal. So same way, RL is not connected case. So it is 90. Upper part is now changes, but bottom one I have to use now 10 millivolt. It is given in the problem, right? Not in the table. Above it is given, right? So it is again millivolt. So milli cancel out. So 9 volt per volt. It is written as. Okay, this is called as open circuit overall voltage gain. Okay, so hope you understood these two parameters, AVO and GVO. Okay, so now based on this, I will take a relationship between the input resistance. Okay, so one of the relation you have in the six set of relations I told, no, to use that only this problem was taken. So from that I told you, like trigonometric relation, you should remember these formulas. Okay, you should not confuse. Some logic you have to use and you have to remember this. Okay, the open circuit voltage gain is equal to Ri. So Ri is means what? Input resistance without load, right? So that's why it is both GVO and AVO is there. Ri divided by Ri plus R signal. This is the input part. Okay, so input portion it is. It's like a voltage divider rule only. When what we nothing but voltage gain, it is output voltage by input voltage. Here also it is output voltage by input voltage. But this is a open circuit voltage gain. It is open circuit overall voltage gain. That's the difference. Okay. So just if you know what are the values, you know, you substitute, you know, calculated GVO is equal to 9 and AVO is equal to 10 and R signal is 100 kilo ohm. Again, I am not mentioning that kilo ohm. Okay. 100 I will write. And Ri I have to calculate. So since only Ri is unknown here, easily you can calculate. Okay. So what I do is I will cross multiply this 9 with this equation and I bring it in numerator. So it will become 9 Ri plus 9 into 100, 900 equal to here 10 into Ri. So this is 10 Ri. So from this Ri is, so just this 9 Ri you take it this side. So what will happen? Minus, right? 10 Ri minus 9 Ri is 1 Ri. 1 Ri means Ri value. What is remaining in there? 900. So you have to keep the answer in kilo because I have not substituted here, right? Kilo. That's why answer is in kilo. Okay. So if you are not able to remember that, everywhere write 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power 3 concept. You will not miss out the answer. Okay. So it is Ri is equal to 900 kilo ohm. This is nothing but input resistance with no load aspect. Okay. So firstly, we are calculating all the no load aspects. Okay. Then we are considering the load aspect. Hope you have understood this. Only thing is you have to remember the relationships. So next we use the data obtained when RL is equal to 10 kilo ohm is connected to the amplifier output. Now we will refer the bottom table. Okay. So there were values of different, right? So that I will use. So when load is connected, so we call that as just voltage gain, AV. Denotation is AV. It is given as V naught by VI. So V naught, when RL is connected, this is table given it is 70 and VI is 8 millivolt. Okay. So 70 by 8 will give you 8.75 volt per volt. Milli cancel out. So volt per volt. So this is called as the voltage gain parameter. Okay. And similarly GV. Okay. So it is overall voltage gain. Okay. So GV is equal to V naught by V signal. Only difference is the bottom one. Here VI I will use. Here I will use V signal. So V signal is 10 millivolt. So it is 70 by 10 it will come. So it is 7 volt per volt. Okay. So this is about this. So now based on this, we can calculate the R out value. Okay. Output resistance value, which is depending on the R signal. Okay. So which is having relation with AV and GV in the same manner how I calculated. So this is the load resistance and output resistance. The values of AV and AV naught can be used to determine the R naught. I am not using AV GV here. The previous AV naught calculated and now calculated AV. These two I will use and RL by RL plus R naught. This is the relationship. Again, out of 6 relationships, I have used this relationship. So I know here AV naught RL value. I have to calculate the R naught value. Okay. So we'll substitute AV is 8.75 just calculated and AV naught is 10 previously calculated, set, and then RL is given in the problem 10 kilo. Just I'm writing 10, so 10 divided by 10 plus R naught. So now we'll solve this. So again same way, so we'll just cross multiply with this 10 plus R naught into 8.75. So 10 into 8.75 is 87.5 and R naught into 8.75 equal to 10 into 10. Here remaining is 100. So we'll solve for 8.75 R naught is equal to R naught part I am writing here, and this 87.5 I will taking right side. It becomes minus 87.5. So its answer is 12.5. So you have to calculate R naught. So this 8.75 you have to take it in the denominator. So when you take the ratio in the calculator, so you'll get 1.428 something. Okay, a large number will come, but we'll approximate it to 2 values. So if you have the calculator there, just use it. Okay, you can verify the answers. Is it coming correct or not? So it is 1.43 kilo ohm. Okay, so R naught is equal to 1.43 kilo ohm. So this is nothing but the output resistance of amplifier proper, means load is not connected. Okay, so one load connected, then it is R out. Okay. Okay, so all the parameters are still not over, right? So you have to calculate further, right? We have calculated AV, AVO, GV, GVO. 4 we have calculated. R in and R out we have calculated. RI and R out. Now similarly ROUT, R out and RIN. Similarly other GM, transconductance. Okay. Current gain, short circuit current gain. These all we have to calculate. Okay. So based on, so anyhow you can proceed it. Okay. Whichever equation you remember, and if you know all the values, one value is unknown, then you can go for calculating that. Okay. Anyhow, if you calculate, answer will not go wrong. So similarly, we use the values of GV and GV naught to determine the R out. Previous problem, AV and AVO I have used. Now GV and GVO I will use to calculate the R out. Okay. So this is the relation, same manner that so GV equal to GV naught, RL by RL plus R out. Okay. So see a similar kind of relationship. Substitute here, GV is 7. Okay. GVO is 9 you got first calculation, then 10 kilo ohm by 10 plus R out. Again same way you calculate. So this 7 into 10 70, 7 into R out 7 R out, 10 into 9 90. So 7 R out is equal to 90 minus 70. 70 I have taken that side. So that is R out is 20. Subtraction answer is 20 divided by 7. So when you take this ratio, so you'll see how much you'll get. So I approximated it to 2 decimal places. So it will be 2.86 kilo ohm. So you can verify. Okay. So now if you have the calculator, you can verify, or after the session also in the notes, you can verify that. Okay. Okay. So the next set is RIN. Okay. So RIN is when R out is connected, right? So it's a relation. The first relationship you have, the value of RIN can be determined from VI by V signal, okay, is equal to RIN by RIN plus R signal. Only the input part of the amplifier is considered here. So nearest to the amplifier you have VI, and outside you will connect V signal. And RIN is nothing but the when load is connected, okay. So that is RIN divided by RIN plus R signal, okay. So you know all the values, VI, V signal, R signal, you know, RIN you have to calculate here. So substitute VI value is 8 in the case of when load is connected. Okay, table you have to refer now. So it is 8 millivolt. Okay, and V signal is given in the problem 10 millivolt. Okay, so when load connected, this one table you have to refer. Okay, you can make out a note. RIN by RIN plus R signal value is 100 kilo. Okay, so 100 is written. So now we have to calculate this. So just cross multiply. So this denominator with this numerator, and this denominator is with this numerator. So what you will get, 8 into RIN plus 8 into 100, 800 equal to 10 into RIN, 10 RIN. So 800 I will keep as it is. So this 8 RIN I will take that side. It becomes 10 minus 8 RIN. Okay, so from this what is RIN is equal to 800 by 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. It will come in the denominator. So it becomes 400 kilo ohm. All the resistance values are in kilo ohm because I have not substituted here 100K. Okay, so if you substitute that, it will come there. So simplicity purpose, not included. So finally we'll write the kilo ohm. So it is 400 kilo ohm is called as the input resistance, okay, when load is connected. So almost many things you have calculated. Now left out is the current gain part, okay. So transconductance and the current gain part. The short circuit transconductance GM can be found as follows, okay. So it is a very simple relation you had there, right? Okay. AV naught is equal to GM into R naught is there in the relationship. From there, GM is calculated as AV naught by R naught. So you know AV naught and R naught calculated. Substitute it, 10 divided by 1.43 kilo. So R naught value is in kilo ohm. Again, I have not written here. When you take this in numerator, it becomes milli. That's why answer is 7 milliamps per volt. Simply, if you write A amps per volt, you may lose the marks, okay, because milli is having value, right? 7 and 7 milli, there are lots of difference. So answer is wrong, it will come, okay. So that's fine. Be careful here. Denominator R naught is in kilo, that's why it will come milli, okay. Short circuit transconductance. Then finally we will calculate the current gain, okay. So the current gain EI is nothing but when load is connected. So it can be determined as follows, okay. So what is the formula? EI is equal to I naught by II. So this I naught is given as V naught by RL from Ohm's law. I naught is given as output voltage by resistance RL. Similarly, input current is given as input voltage by input resistance, okay, RN. So both load connection case we have connected. So from this we can write this as a new relation. So this numerator and this denominator we can club it. Okay, it is V naught by VI you will get. And then this Rn, the super denominator, it will come in the numerator. Okay, Rn, and this RL will be below that. So this equal to V naught by VI, you know, it is a voltage gain into Rn by RL. So you new derivations, new formula you have come across. Okay. So this is the relationship between current gain and voltage gain. So current gain AI is equal to voltage gain into Rn by RL. So now substitute all the values. So you know Rn, you know RL, you know AV. So just put over. So voltage gain is 8.75 into Rn is 400. Just previously we have calculated, and RL is 10 kilo ohm. See here, there K kilo ohm and here kilo ohm, both K cancel out. Just this becomes a number 40. Okay, 400 by 10, 40. 40 into 8.75, it will give you 350. Okay, that's why there is no milli or kilo not included here. Just amps per amps. Okay, so current gain is output current by input current. That's why amps per amps will write, or sometimes they won't write at all. So this is the current gain value. So now what we left out is short circuit current gain we have to calculate. Okay, so short circuit current gain means AIS. Okay, so only that part we have left out, that we calculate now. So finally we determine the short circuit current gain AIS as follows. Okay, so this requires some little concept and derivation. We use the equivalent circuit also. So direct relation, nothing is there to calculate. If you can go through all the relationships, if you have written down in the notes, you can see. Okay, from equivalent circuit A, the short circuit output current is, there is a new parameter I am naming it here. So it is IOSC, that is the short circuit output current. Okay, IOSC I will call it as, which is given as from the diagram AV naught VI. This is the current value. Okay, current is equal to voltage by resistance. So you have the voltage, this value, right? AV naught into VI dependent divided by output resistance R naught. Okay, it is given in that equivalent circuit. However, to determine VI, so we need to determine here VI, right? We need to know the value of Rin. Okay, obtained with RL is equal to 0. Okay, toward that end, note that from equivalent circuit C, the output short circuit current can be found as. Okay, so we are not going to calculate here output short circuit current. We require the short circuit current gain. Okay, and that's why we are proceeding like this. So when we substitute for equivalent circuit C, it will give you GV not V signal. Okay, GVO V signal by R out. That is the difference here. AVO place you have GVO, VI place V signal, RO place R out. So that is the difference between the short circuit current in the case of equivalent circuit A and C. Okay. So we are using both relation to bring out a new relation to find out the AIS. Okay. Now equating the two expressions for IOSC and substituting for GV naught. Okay, so this you have to do. Okay, I have not shown clearly this one. Whatever is there in book, I have copied. You can work out this. Okay, so GV naught is equal to this relation. You know, it's there in the relationship Ri by Ri plus R signal into AVO. We have used it also. And for VI, so we will substitute this V signal into R in when RL is equal to 0, R in when RL is equal to 0 plus R signal. Okay, so in that we need to calculate now R in when RL is equal to 0. Okay, so it is a new value determined from this relation. So when you derive for this, when you do all this IOSC 2 equations, GVO, VI, all these relation, if you club this, so you'll get R in by R naught equal to 0 is new relation R signal by 1 plus R signal by R1, R out by R naught minus 1. Now this is completely mathematical part. So I somewhere missed it, okay, to do it for you, but you can understand and do it. Okay. So whatever I have given here steps, follow that and you write the expression for R in by R0. Okay. So you have to use this relation in the place of VI, you have to substitute that IOSC. Okay. So from there, whenever you get GV naught or AV naught, you have to use this relation. And finally, when you write the expression for R in by RL equal to 0, R in when RL equal to 0, you'll get R signal by denominator. You'll have 1 plus R signal by RI, R out by R naught minus 1. So now we'll substitute here values. R signal is 100 kilo ohm. Then 1 plus R signal is 100. RI is 900 kilo ohm. We have calculated 1 plus 100 by 900. Then it is R out is 2.86 kilo. RO is 1.43 kilo minus 1. So use the calculator and find out. You get the value 81.8 kilo ohm. Resistance value we keep normal in kilo ohm. So here it is kilo is there. Here everything will cancel out. Here kilo cancel out. Here it is just a number, but here kilo is there 100k. Because of that, it will come 81.8 kilo ohm. Okay. So now we'll use this relation in AIS calculation. R in when RL is equal to 0. I will use it here. Okay. So now we can use IOSC is equal to AV naught II. Okay. So I'm just substituting there in the place of VI. Okay. In the place of VI, I'm substituting II into R in when RL is equal to 0. Okay. So from this, what you will get is IOSC by II. This relation you will get. Okay. So just II I am taking in denominator here. So it is called as the short circuit current gain EIS. So this relationship directly it was not available. That's why it is derived like this. Okay. So it is given as AV naught R in when RL is equal to 0 divided by R naught. So just substitute all the value. AV naught is 10. Very first we have calculated. R in when RL equal to 0 just now calculated. It is 81.8 kilo ohm. RO is 1.43 kilo ohm. So 1 kilo here cancel out. AV naught is just a number. So that's why. So you'll have 572 amps per amp. There is no milli, kilo, anything. Just amps per amp. Okay. You will get. So this is about the short circuit current gain. Okay. So just go through yesterday's notes, whatever parameters I have given, and then write down this problem and go back and turn the page and look at the relationship. Okay. So this is a very lengthy problem, I understand, but to understand the parameters, how to use and calculate the values of the MOSFET amplifier. So this problem was taken. Okay. So I don't think exam they will ask this problem or not, but it is a practice. Okay. So later we will do the remaining problems and all. This way of calculation is required. Okay. So this is it for today.
It's like they're using derivation part also, right?
Using derivation part also.
I mean the previous, like we are deriving the formula, no sir, like explanation and all in the previous slide.
Yes. This one.
Yes sir, this one.
Yeah.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Here.
Why are we like? Yeah sir. I didn't quite get it. Like why are we supposed to do?
Okay. So yesterday I have given number of relationship. If you have the notes, it will be better to understand. So this is the relation I'm using here. Okay. So see here, any relation it is giving AIS relation. The parameters I have AIS. See here, these are the parameters I have calculated that for that problem. Okay. RI I have calculated there. RIN also I have calculated. Okay, so you observed there. Okay, if you are attentively listening, so you know these two are calculated. Then AV naught is calculated, AV is calculated. AIS was not calculated. Last I calculated. Okay, at last I have calculated. This is also there in parameter. AI calculated, GM calculated. Okay, so the same thing in exam. They can tell you just calculate all the transistor amplifiers, or they can give you any 4 of like that. Okay, AV, AI, AV naught, like that. They can choose some parameter and they can give like that also. Okay, so then this is RO. Okay, R out, all this calculated. GVO, GV, everything calculated. Okay, and to calculate some of the parts, we have used this relationship here. See here, VI by V signal, AV equal to AV naught relation, AV naught equal to GM into R naught to calculate GM. Okay, then GV AV naught. Okay, in that AIS relation is not there. For that we have derived that. Okay, so meeting is going to end now. Okay, I have not seen the attendance is there. Okay, so that's why I have done that. Just go through, I will send you these notes. Okay, understood. So why I did derivation for only IOSC. Okay, meaning all it was available. This is not available. That's why I have done this derivation and substituted here. So here in Rin equal to RL, you have to substitute. Then you have to substitute back for VI. Okay, so you have to use 4 relation, these two and these two, and you will come across this new value. Rin RL equal to 0, you'll get this derivation. Okay, I have not done that part. Okay, in hurry I have written that. So you go through once. If you are not understood, I will tell you once again. Okay, in some